Your Excellency Ambassador Hassani, Your Excellency Ambassador Shin, Excellencies, distinguished delegates. I wish to thank the OSCE Asian Partners for Cooperation Group for extending the invitation to the United Nations to participate in this discussion on the situation in the Korean Peninsula. While some typically regard this situation as a regional issue, it is very much entangled with broader regional and global trends relating to arms, strategic competition, and emerging technologies. That is one reason why I think this topic is of relevance to an organization like the OSCE. Strategic competition amongst major military powers can reverberate throughout the international system, increasing tensions and mistrust and hindering cooperation at all levels. The resulting tension can impact unity amongst key international actors, affecting efforts to find peaceful and diplomatic solutions to specific situations. Global and regional trends in emerging weapon technology are of particular relevance to the situation in the Korean Peninsula and the region. Many new technologies can fuel arms races, introduce new forms of instability, or bring other unintended or unknown consequences. For example, the increasing accuracy of weapon delivery systems is driving new proliferation in more capable long-range strike weapons. These technologies are enabling new forms of conflict. They allow users to carry out malicious and hostile acts that are difficult to attribute, but that can nonetheless produce physically destructive or lethal effects that increase risks of unintended escalation. The cumulative impact of these trends, when coupled with unresolved nuclear issue, may only make the regional security environment more precarious over time. Ultimately, these dynamics underscore the central importance of denuclearization as an indispensable component for achieving peace, security, and mutual confidence on the Korean Peninsula. Excellencies, diplomatic efforts to achieve the complete and verifiable denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula have been pursued for 3 decades. Over most of this time, the overall trajectory of this situation has been deeply regrettable. After important diplomatic breakthroughs in the 1990s, the DPRK ceased its adherence to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, or NPT, and secondly became the 8th state confirmed to have carried out a nuclear test. The Security Council has required the DPRK to abandon all nuclear weapons, existing nuclear programs, and existing programs related to other weapons of mass destruction and ballistic missiles. The Council has also made it clear that the DPRK cannot have the status of a nuclear weapon state in accordance with the NPT. The Security Council will always retain the primary responsibility for the maintenance of international peace and security. Yet, it remains clear that direct diplomacy amongst key parties concerned is the only effective path for achieving the complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula and a sustainable peace regime. Past agreements, including the 2005 joint statement on the six-party talks, continue to serve as a baseline for long-term outcome and possible intermediate actions. The summits in 2018 and 2019 between the two Koreas and between the DPRK and the United States were significant developments that should be built upon. It is worth recalling that those talks came after a period of escalating tensions as well as accelerating missile development and testing. The Inter-Korea Summit held at Panmunjom in 2018 re-established important confidence and security building measures aimed at reducing tensions and facilitating conditions for peace, prosperity, and reunification. The 2018 Singapore Summit reconfirmed the commitment of the DPRK and the United States to achieve the complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, as well as the establishment of a lasting and stable peace regime. The DPRK declared, and to this day has upheld, a moratorium on further nuclear tests or launches of intercontinental ballistic missiles. The ROK and the United States have also refrained from pursuing at full scale some of their annual joint military exercises. While the Security Council met on a number of occasions in 2019 and 2020 to discuss missile launches by the DPRK, all sides have commendably refrained from any acts that jeopardized maintaining a political atmosphere conducive to dialogue. What remains to be realized is a resumption of sustained and outcome-oriented dialogue, including at expert level, aimed at agreeing to practical and reciprocal actions. Excellencies, while the primary responsibility for achieving these objectives rests with the key parties concerned, the United Nations system and the broader international community can engage and play a supportive role in a number of areas. First, it remains crucial to continue to support efforts to improve strategic relations amongst nuclear weapon states, to seek progress in further reductions of strategic arms. The 10th Review Conference of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty remains a vital opportunity in this connection. Separately, we need to make progress towards re-establishing and internationalizing limits on long-range missiles, including by first developing a common lexicon. The lack of common understanding on missile-related terms has been an impediment to maintaining unity on the Security Council in relation to launches carried out by the DPRK. Second, relevant parts of the United Nations system can provide technical and political support if requested by the parties concerned, including in the areas of verification, confidence-building measures, and by offering channels of communication. Third, there needs to be deeper engagement on what it would take to achieve and maintain sustainable peace in the region. This is one area in particular where the OSCE's experience and its comprehensive approach to security and to confidence and security building measures can serve as a model. The Asian Partners for Cooperation Group could play a useful role in this regard, and I would look forward to your further thoughts on the matter. Fourth, additional steps can be taken in the areas of non-proliferation. The DPRK's declared moratorium on nuclear tests should be made permanent. All states and relevant international organizations should continue to encourage all remaining Annex II states to sign and ratify the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. The OSCE's support for the implementation of the Security Council Resolution 1540 already plays an important role and could be leveraged even further in the region. In closing, I would like to thank you once again for inviting me to provide my perspective on the situation in the Korean Peninsula. I hope some of the forward-looking ideas I have presented have given some food for thought and can serve as a basis for further exploration and collaboration. I thank you very much for your attention.